Hi guys, it's Leeky and welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Leeky and I really love the activewear, so if you're into that kind of stuff, you just keep watching. Today I have another video in my detailed review, single piece review series. In case you're interested in more of those kind of videos, I will link the playlist up here. And what do I do in these videos? Well, I usually just talk about a single piece. I'll give you all the details on it in a concise video, hopefully concise video, plus some dupes if I could find some. And yeah, this way you can find the information about that particular piece you might be looking for in one video. You don't have to go digging through all my other videos to find the information. And it's just basically easily accessible and, as I mentioned, concise, hopefully. So today I'll be talking about the one and only butt scrunch leggings, the Alphalete Amplify Leggings. Here we go. That's the scrunch that everyone likes so much. These are the leggings that everyone is obsessed with. And these are not cheap leggings. Also, some people had like problems with the scrunch ripping, and there's problems with the Alphalete customer service and with their shipping and whatnot. So maybe you don't want to support them. Maybe you don't want to spend that kind of money on their leggings. You know, there's all kinds of reasons why you might want to be interested in a dupe. But also maybe you really like the scrunch. Maybe you've seen people wear this, but you need all the details on these leggings. Then, you know, you should definitely watch this video because that's what we're doing. We're going to talk about these. We're going to talk about some dupes. And yeah, hopefully that'll give you like a good scoop on what's up with these leggings and why people like them so much. So I only have one pair of the Alphalete Amplify leggings. I bought these like a long time ago, I think when they came out the first time. One thing to note is that usually, you know, there's some differences between different colors in terms of how they fit, how much they stretch, but there's also differences in sizing sometimes between different launches. So people have complained about the inconsistency a little bit. I usually do get my Alphalete leggings in a size medium. I also did get this one in a size medium. It fits fine for me, but just be aware that there might be differences in case you're interested in buying from like a certain launch. Yeah, just I would say go and see what the reviews say basically. The Alphalete Amplify leggings are like very simple, seamless in the front. So we have no front seam. We have this 3-tiered waistband. So you have different levels of compression. So they're not going to be too squeezy around your muffin top area and stuff like that. It's actually quite nice. So yeah, different levels of compression, but it's still a ripped waistband here. And then otherwise very, very simple in the front. You do have a slight mesh panel on the sides. I personally am not a big fan of that mesh panel, but it's there. Really hard to see though. It's like really, really tone in tone. I think it's more obvious when you have it on because then kind of the fabric stretches out a little bit more and you can kind of see that there's, you know, it's a little bit different compared to the rest of the leg. I think that was kind of more obvious with the stretching out. And then in the back, we do have that signature butt scrunch. You do have slight rib detailing up top here as well. And the scrunch is quite long. So it kind of nearly meets the crotch gusset, but not exactly, just nearly. And some launches it did. So yeah, it really depends on what launch you're getting your stuff from. It's also very, very stretchy fabric, very lightweight. So you can definitely kind of, you know, it stretches a little bit more around your glutes for sure. And yeah, the scrunch itself is not stretchy. So this is still quite tight. There's not really, you know, it's not super stretchy. Might be a little restrictive. In general, though, it's not so bad with these ones. But yeah, some people definitely have had these leggings rip at the scrunch. I will say otherwise the fabric is nice and soft and stretchy. It's not too thick, quite lightweight indeed. And yeah, let's just see it on. All right, here we have the original Alphalete Amplify leggings. I've had these for a long time and I know that there have been quite a lot of like differences between different launches, different colors, like differences in sizes and stretchiness. So, I mean, I can only judge it off of this one pair that I have. Because yeah, I'm not a big fan of the butt scrunches and that's why, you know, I don't reach for these. So I didn't want to buy like more pairs when I knew that I wouldn't reach for them because they're not that cheap. But yeah, I know that a lot of people love them a lot. They constantly bring them out in new colors. And that's why we're talking about them today. But yeah, just know that I'm a little bit more critical about them than maybe some other people. There's of course a few things that I like about them. The fabric is actually nice and stretchy. They have like a high waistband here. It's 3-tiered, so you have like the lowest compression tier up top, so it doesn't cut into your waist too much, then middle, medium compression, and then highest compression here at the bottom. So you still get like nice compression here in your waistband. You're nicely tucked in. And that makes sense. We also, of course, don't have a front seam. There's maybe a slight Barbie crotch going on, but it's not too bad because there isn't too much extra fabric. It's just seamless leggings, you know. We also do have like this kind of like mesh panel here on the side of your leg that goes all the way up here. I never really got the design of this because it just ends there. It's like it could have ended in a nicer way, just like a little bit nicer. This is like one of the things I also didn't like about the Amplifies. I mean, I know it's not too much in your face, but I don't know, they could have put more thought into that panel. I don't know. And then of course, the most important thing, the scrunch. So you have like a full scrunch. It goes all the way down to basically, I don't know, like in some leggings it met the crotch gusset and some it didn't. So yeah. We have the Alphalete logo here in the back as well. And of course you get like some nice glute separation from these, which is why people love them a lot. And it's, you know, just very, very flattering on the cheeks. They're also like, the material is quite thin and stretchy, so kind of also really just hugs your curves here, which of course makes it also very, very flattering. Squat wise, I can feel the scrunch a little bit, but it's not so bad. So this one is not one of those that's like super restricting, at least. Like you can still squat without feeling it too much. But of course you kind of feel that the fabric is kind of in your butt crack there, which I guess, you know, if you want that look, that's just what you have to live with. At least here I don't actively have to like, you know, pull it all towards my butt and cram it in there. So that, you know, it kind of stays there, because usually I've seen people do that with like just non-butt scrunch leggings. They really just gather all the fabric they can gather and just shove it in their butt crack. And I don't know how it stays there. For me, it would never do that. But this one, at least you don't have to actively work for it too much. You can always like get it a little bit more in there by like gathering more fabric and pushing it a little bit towards the crack. But like it kind of like, you know, molds itself in there anyway. Lengthwise, these are a 7/8 length on me. I think you could pull it a little bit longer. There's definitely a little bit more stretch in that area as well. So it should be fine. But yeah, I'm happy with the medium in these ones. They give me enough room to breathe. I'm still tucked in. Yeah. Of course, like I said, there was some inconsistencies, so I can only speak for the ones I'm currently wearing. And I know that there's some colors and some launches when, you know, you had a size up, or they were like super tight, or they were super loose and way more stretchy. And also that kind of inconsistency is a little bit annoying, especially if you have like a big brand like Alphalete and you spend a lot of money on your leggings. You kind of don't want that inconsistency. So that's why we're also going to talk about some dupes, of course. And yeah, I mean, overall, these are not bad leggings. It's just like, I don't go for this look all the time. And if you do, you probably have tried these leggings and you either love them or, I don't know, do people actually hate them? I don't know. If you had like bad customer service experiences with Alphalete, or like they just ripped super fast, which I also have read has happened to a lot of people, then you might not like them. And then you might be curious to see the dupes. So let's just move on to those. All right, maybe you like the look of these leggings, but you know, you don't like the price point of them, or you're not sure if you kind of like something like that. Or you've tried them and you don't like them, but you like the look. Just, you know, not how Alphalete did it. I don't know. There might be different reasons why you'd be looking for a dupe, but I do have 2 dupes actually for these, and we'll just go through those 2. The first one I have is from Aoxjox. So Aoxjox is, you know, I would say kind of known for some of their Alphalete and also Buff Bunny dupes. And I do have they're acid leggings. So that's what they call them. They're not calling them Amplify leggings, they call them acid leggings. And these ones I got in the color Blackberry Marl. They are $30, so less than half the price of the Alphalete Amplify leggings. And yeah, let's just talk about these. I also did get these in a size medium, no front seam. They also do have a 3-tiered waistband. The color is marl, so maybe it's a bit harder to see the different tiers in the waistband. They seem a little bit shorter than the Alphalete Amplify leggings for sure. The fabric is still nice and soft and stretchy. Feels slightly different, not too much, just slightly. And they also do have this mesh detailing on the side. Again, might be a little bit harder to see, but it's there. And this is the normal fabric, so there's less holes in the normal fabric. And then in the back, we also do have the scrunch. There's no logo here in the back of the waistband with these ones. Here you have the scrunch. Again, it's not a very elastic scrunch. And I will say, I personally didn't have good experience with this particular pair of leggings because after trying them on once, I already did get a little run here. Let me see if I can show you a little bit more clear. But basically at the bottom of the scrunch, there's a run in the leggings. So yeah, and that happened to me after the first time I tried them on. So at least it didn't rip entirely, but of course that doesn't speak for great quality. This didn't happen with my Alphalete Amplify leggings for sure. But again, it could just be like a bad product or something. Like I got one bad product and the rest is nice, but yeah. Personally, I think that I wouldn't buy these again after this just happened. So yeah. Otherwise, they are very, very similar. Like I said, like maybe a little bit shorter. The fabric feels slightly different, but you know, still very, very similar. And let's just see them on. All right, first off, the Aoxjox Dupes. These ones, I feel like the fabric is not as body hugging. Like it's a little bit, I don't know how to describe it. It's not as soft. It's not as like just, I don't know, it's just not as hugging. The waistband, I mean, you have some compressions, not as much as with the Alphalete Amplifies. You do still have like that kind of 3-tiered waistband. I know it's probably a little bit harder to see because this is a darker mold color, but like we still have that here. But yeah, it's a little bit less compression, which for some people might actually be nice. No front seam, obviously. Then you also have this panel detailing. Again, it's a bit harder to see here on this darker mold color. It's there though, same as with the original ones. You know, just ends there. And nice high waist. I feel like maybe there's a little bit less height, but that might also be because they kind of keep sliding down a little bit more because they're less compressive. And then in the back, you also do have your scrunch. I feel like the scrunch doesn't sit as comfortably as it does with the Alphalete leggings. So kind of, I can feel it a little bit more. I can also feel a little bit more when I squat. And also these leggings, in case, you know, you've missed it, they have, they haven't ripped entirely, but there's like a little bit of a run there, like in a pair of like tights, you know, like when you get a run, it already has that there at the bottom of the scrunch. So that only happened after I just tried them on once for another video. So quality wise, I'm not super happy with these. That's it. I still want to bring them up because I'm assuming that this is maybe just like a fluke and it doesn't happen to everyone, but you know, just to warn you. Lengthwise, they're a little bit shorter than the Alphalete Amplify leggings. They're definitely a little bit shorter than a 7/8 length on me, so definitely not tall girl friendly. And in the back, as I mentioned, we also do have that booty scrunch, but we also have no logo. So in case you really, really hate that logo in the back, you could try these. But again, I feel like actually these Aoxjox leggings are just not as hugging. They don't feel as nice. They don't mold to your body as well. And they're also, yeah, a little bit short. I hate capris. So whenever something is a little bit shorter than 7/8 lengths, it's getting borderline, you know, borderline length for me. And I just don't like that as much. So yeah, these are definitely much cheaper than the Alphalete Amplify leggings. But I will say if I had to choose between them, I think I would still go for the Alphalete ones. But we have one more dupe coming, so let's go and see that. All right, I have one more dupe, and this dupe is actually quite hyped. I've seen quite a lot of people rave about these leggings. They're not the cheapest dupes, so they're more expensive than the Aoxjox ones at 43 euros. So I think also probably around like 40 bucks US. And these are from Amazon. These are the Aurola leggings. So you have that little, Aurola there. And these are the Aurola workout leggings for women, seamless scrunch, tights, tummy control, gym, fitness girls, active sports, yoga trousers. And this is the color Lavender Luster. So a nice periwinkle blue. Matches my fingernails. I always like when things match my fingernails. And it was also not intentional, of course. And yeah, these are, I've seen hyped quite a lot. They do have a ton of color options. They also now do have some ombre color options, which I was kind of excited about, but of course they wouldn't ship to Sweden. So, but the Lavender Luster is also nice. I think these feel a little bit more similar to the Alphalete ones in terms of the fabric as well now, compared to the Aoxjox ones. And yeah, the look is like very, very similar. We do have no front seam. Again, the 3-tiered waistband, but all of them have this so far. Then instead of Alphalete, it says Aurola here in the back, and you have that butt scrunch as well. So the scrunch, again, not elastic or anything, just, kind of there, a little bit tighter. The scrunch does not meet the crotch gusset. Also didn't do that for the Alphalete ones that I had. And then you also do have that mesh situation on the sides where it's a little bit more, holy, a little bit more meshy than the rest of the fabric. But yeah, a ton of color options. These really do feel super similar to the Alphalete ones. They are, again, not a cheap dupe. They are, a little pricey for a dupe, in fact. But if these are good and you usually like your Alphalete ones, but you don't want to always pay that price point, or you maybe want to snag some colors that Alphalete doesn't have and these people have them, then these might be a good option. Let's see them on. All right, on to our last pair of leggings. The second dupe, the Aurola bust scrunch leggings. I think these are probably the most hyped Alphalete Amplify dupes. So I finally figured, I should go try them. And they have so many different color options. It was really difficult to pick. Fortunately, Amazon helped me by deciding that some colors they couldn't actually deliver to me. So then my choice was a little bit more limited. And I picked this really nice blue. I'm actually really, really liking this color. It's very vibrant, kind of matches my nail polish. That always happens, something always matches my nail polish. But yeah, I actually really, like this color. And I will say this fabric is so stretchy. Like, it feels really nice. These, again, mold to your body just like the Alphalete Amplifies do. So I'm really, really happy about that. They're nice and high-waisted. We still have this 3-tiered waistband. It's a little bit more compressive again. But you can see it definitely like a lower compression, medium, highest compression. Definitely nice, keeping you tucked in here. Still nice and high-waisted in the back. You have the Aurola logo here. We also do have this mesh panel situation again that just ends there. Like I said, these people didn't design this, so they could have perfected it though. They could have made it a little bit nicer, I think. Because I don't know. I don't like it. What do you think? Did you even notice it? Like, is it something you were like that you were irritated by, or did you just not care, or you think it's normal? And I don't know. I just think there's something missing. Yeah, no front seam. Maybe a little bit Barbie crotch, but it's really not so bad. There's like a tiny bit of extra fabric, or a tiny bit more extra fabric compared to the Alphalete Amplifies, I think, but I really don't care. I think this fabric feels a little bit nicer than the Alphalete Amplify fabric, which again, it's tough to say because I only have one pair of Alphalete Amplifies, and I've also heard that the fabric feels different sometimes. So, but that's not my problem that they're inconsistent. So I will say this fabric feels quite nice. They're also really nice and long, so full length basically on me. So definitely tall girl friendly, I would say. A little bit longer than the Alphalete Amplifies for sure. And then in the back, you have that booty scrunch. I think it fits very, very similar to the Amplifies themselves. So like, it's easy to kind of like, gather more fabric. It easily sits in your in your crack. The scrunch easily sits in your crack. When you squat, I don't feel it at all. Of course, you can feel the fabric being in your crack, but that's the point of this whole thing, right? And I think it's flattering. They just fit nicely. They're very lightweight, very stretchy, and very body hugging, like I said, It's these are definitely a good dupe. I will say for the fact that they're a dupe, they're still not super cheap. They're definitely much cheaper than the Amplifies themselves, unless you can get them on a sale. But they're definitely not the cheapest dupe. Usually I'd expect a dupe to be at least, or maximum, to be half the price of the real thing, but these are a little bit higher priced than that. So just keep that in mind. They're not a cheap pair of leggings necessarily, like still way more affordable than the Amplifies, but like not super cheap. But don't get me wrong, they fit really nicely. So if Alphalete can charge like $70 for those, then I guess they can charge 40 some or whatever it was. Of course, it's also possible that the prices are a little bit different depending on which Amazon you shop from, right? Just keep that in mind. But yeah, I think these are super nice. There's so many colors to choose from. I'm kind of sad the ombre one, they had a blue ombre one and it didn't ship to Sweden. And I was like, why? Because I was really, when I saw it, I was like excited. I was like, yes. Because I'd actually been eyeing those and just, didn't shop when Alphalete launched those. And then they were sold out, but like, I was like excited and then they didn't come here. But I got this nice blue. It's also pretty. So yeah, I think out of the three, I think these are like, if I look at the price as well, I think, I might buy these again if if I feel like that I'm actually like reaching for these more now, that I have them in a nice color and, that they're like super stretchy and lightweight. Maybe I would consider buying another color of the Aurola ones, but I don't think I'd buy another color from Alphalete themselves. So yeah, a win for the dupe, huh? I mean, it's flattering. It's cute. It's not just hyped for nothing. I think it's hyped for a reason. And yeah. All right, it's conclusion time. So I'm surprised, I actually do like the Aurola leggings quite a lot. They're very, very similar to the Alphalete ones. I'm not the biggest fan of Alphalete in general. I also did have like an issue with it at some point, and I actually made a video that I'll link up here. So I have no problem not buying the original pair of leggings from Alphalete. And I'm happy to, just buy them off Amazon. But yeah, if you're looking for a dupe, I prefer the Aurola one over the Aoxjox one for sure. Also making, they're available on Amazon. The Aoxjox ones might be as well, actually. But yeah, these are available on Amazon, so you can easily just order them. Possibly also return them. As I also mentioned, tons of color options. And I mean, they do feel very, very similar to the Alphalete ones. Like, I could not really tell a difference. And the fact that, a lot of people also had issues with their Alphalete Amplify leggings with like things ripping, then you might as well just not spend as much money and get a dupe for it, right? So yeah, I think this is the first video of the ones that I've did so far where I actually like the dupe the most. So yeah, definitely, can't say anything bad about these leggings except for they're a little pricey for a dupe, but otherwise, they're still cheaper than the original. Of course, if you're like really upset that it says something in the back, then maybe you might prefer the Aoxjox ones because they don't have any logo in the back. But honestly, who cares? Just, you should feel comfortable in your workout clothes. And if you do that, then exactly, who cares? Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I hope, it was informative. I hope it was concise, as I promised in the beginning. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't yet, you can subscribe to my channel so you can get notified about all the new upcoming videos so you don't miss a single one. Because, yeah, who would want to miss a video? Of course. Not me. I mean, I can't miss them because I make them. So, yeah. Anyway, if you have any feedback, any suggestions, any, comments, any brands you want me to review, any specific pieces you want me to review for this single piece detailed review series. Just leave your comments, your thoughts, everything down below in the comment box. You can also follow me on Instagram, and you can also DM me there, but be aware I'm way more likely to see your comments here on YouTube. So if you want me to get back to you, if you want me to see your suggestions, your feedback, just leave the comment down here and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Yes, otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful and informative, and I will see you next time. Bye.